Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to get right down to the surprisingly simple origins of everything we eat. Let's get right into it. Okay, I want you to do something for me. Think about the last meal you had. Seriously, what was on your plate? Maybe some toast? A bowl of cereal? Whatever it was, where did the actual stuff in it come from? We're about to find out. First up, we're going to check out our planet's two main kitchens. After that, we'll dive deep into the world of plants and all the different parts we eat. And we'll wrap things up with all the awesome gifts we get from the animal kingdom. So, let's get started. It's kind of wild when you think about it, but almost everything we eat, yeah, everything, can be traced back to just one of two major sources. Let's see what they are. And here it is, the great food divide. On one side, you've got plants. We call them producers, and for a good reason. They literally create their own food. On the other side, you've got animals. They get their energy by eating either plants or, well, other animals. This basic split, that's the foundation for pretty much everything on your plate. So let's kick things off with the real foundation of it all, plants. I mean, they're the true starting point, right? The little green powerhouses that fuel the entire food web. You know, green plants have this superpower. Seriously. Unlike us, they don't have to order takeout or go grocery shopping. They literally make their own food from sunlight, water, and air. And that incredible ability is exactly why we call them producers. So just so we're all on the same page, when we say producers, that's what we're talking about. These amazing, self-sufficient living things. And plants are the poster child for this, just whipping up their own meals from scratch. And you know, here is the best part for us hungry humans. Plants are total overachievers. They actually make way more food than they need just to survive. So what do they do with all that extra energy? They store it in their roots, their stems, their leaves, and that surplus, well, that's exactly what ends up on our dinner plates. And that leads us to a really simple idea. Edible parts. It's exactly what it sounds like, right? The parts of a plant we can actually eat. And you're about to see we humans have gotten really, really good at eating pretty much every single part of a plant. All right, this is where it gets really fun. We're going to go on a tour of a whole plant from the ground up and figure out what parts of our favorite foods we're actually eating. And I'm telling you, some of these might just surprise you. Okay, let's start from the ground up. When you crunch into a carrot or maybe a radish, what part of the plant are you really eating? Any ideas? Yup, you got it. You're eating the roots. This is the perfect example of how plants stash away all that extra food we were just talking about. And it's not just carrots and radishes. Turnips and sweet potatoes are also delicious, starchy roots. All right, next up, let's talk about potatoes. Now, they grow underground, just like carrots, so they've got to be roots too, right? And what about onions? Nope. Plot twist, you're actually eating the stem. How wild is that? Even though a potato grows underground, it's technically a special kind of modified stem. And onions, ginger, garlic, even sugarcane, they're all stems we love to eat. Oh, but we are just getting started. We eat leaves like spinach and cabbage. We even eat flowers. Yep, cauliflower and broccoli are basically big flower buds. And of course, there are the fruits like apples and mangoes, and we can't forget the seeds. I mean, wheat, rice, corn, beans, these are the staples that feed the world. And hey, speaking of seeds, have you ever left some green gram or mung beans to soak and seen those little white tails pop out? Those are sprouts. That's literally the seed waking up, germinating, and starting its journey to become a whole new plant. So cool. Okay, time to cross that great food divide. We've covered plants, so now let's talk about the other big source of our food, the animal kingdom. This is where we get our meat, our eggs, dairy, and a pretty sweet surprise too. So this pretty much breaks it down for us, right? We get milk from animals like cows, buffalo, and goats. Eggs come mostly from hens and ducks. For meat, we're looking at things like sheep, goats, chicken, and fish. And then there's honey. Totally different category, and it comes from honeybees. And you've definitely heard the word poultry thrown around. Well, this is all it means. It's just the specific name for animals, like chickens and ducks, that we raise for both their meat and their eggs. Okay, let's circle back to that sweet surprise, honey. I mean, it's not meat, it's not milk, it's not an egg. It's this amazing sweet liquid that honeybees make. They fly around, collect nectar from flowers, take it back to their beehive, and work their magic. It's really an incredible team up between the plant and animal kingdoms when you think about it. And talk about versatile. Just think about milk for a second. From that one single product, we humans have figured out how to make a ton of different things. We're talking paneer, cheese, butter, ghee, curd, cream, all from milk. It's pretty amazing. So, what happens when you put it all together? You start to see that pretty much every meal you've ever had is this incredible combination of ingredients from both the plant and animal kingdoms. Think of a simple cheeseburger. The bun is from wheat seeds. The lettuce is a leaf, the tomato is a fruit, and the meat and cheese both from the animal side. See? It's everywhere. And honestly, that is the crucial point. That's the big takeaway. Once you get this simple concept, this great food divide between plants and animals, it's like you suddenly have a superpower. You can look at any dish, no matter how complicated, and deconstruct it right back to its original source. So, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. The next time you sit down to eat, tonight, tomorrow morning, whenever, just pause for a second and really look at your plate. Can you trace every single thing back to its source? Is it a root, a leaf, a seed, or did it come from an animal? Give it a try. I promise you will never look at your food the same way again.